know I'm driving, it's a little weird, but I'm totally paying attention, not looking at my phone at all. So when you, freshmen in high school, mostly freshmen in high school, get a little bit older, I don't want you thinking that this is okay. It's not. So we just talked about levels of characteristics of living things, which we said that there was really kind of 8 of. I'm not the biggest fan of interdependence, but evolution is definitely one of those characteristics of living things. Evolution, along with homeostasis and metabolism, and the fact that they have one or more cells, and all of those other things that lead to us knowing that an organism is alive. And so years and years and years ago, there was a guy, and his name was Carolus Linnaeus. And Carolus Linnaeus was as a naturalist. He studied nature. That's what he did. He looked at all the organisms and the world around those organisms, and he said, there's a lot of them, and every time he went to go and look at things, he realized that there was more, and he would find more and more things, and he would take pictures. Well, he didn't take pictures of them because it was way before camera phones, but he would draw pictures of them, and he would write down notes about what he saw and what they were doing in the environment, and he realized, he's like, man, there's a lot of organisms, and he started to try to keep note of them and take track of and keep track of them. And he noticed that there were other people before him that also were doing the same exact type of work. So he kind of researched their information and looked at some of the things that they did, and he realized that every single organism there was, they had some type of ridiculously long name, because that's what they used to do. They would try to give them very descriptive names. For instance, the honeybee had this ridiculously long name, like Thoracics, Apis pubescens, and blah, 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 blah. And it was like really, really ridiculously long, and nobody would ever call it that. They would call it a bee, because it's one letter, right? No, 3, B-E-E, I guess. So Carolus Linnaeus' job was to basically take all of that information and try to cut it down to the most basic information they can get, and he came up with this system called taxonomy. And taxonomy is a classifying system of putting names to things and grouping them with other organisms that are similar to them. I've arrived at my destination, BRB.